All right, these people be playing too much. Um, what was I gonna say? I just woke up and somebody had the door locked. I don't know what time it is, so I only could have fell asleep for a second. I feel like the scientist could be an enabler of this sad hierophant that is somebody know of this man here or this boy. We got ends, no ends. Somebody don't have no ends or no money. But I wonder if this is like, yeah, this could be this mathematician or this mathematical or this matheist or whatever this is from the biblical text the other day. But this could be with a family or a group used Tillman. Somebody could have went to Tillman College, or I don't know if that's from like the Cosby Show or one of them shows. Hillman. Um, but again, somebody could have went from this matthias or whatever this is to a scientist or working with scientists. Right. So I was about to clear off the table, but it said don't do it yet. Okay, 10 years could be in reverse here, but somebody maybe shouldn't have done that. I don't know, but the DA is in the upright, so maybe they did something. They try to go back 10 years to make the DA look right in a situation. Experience abuser. Somebody's abuser when they was a child, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Poltergeist. It's like a big bad wolf we looking for, because I don't know. Or they tried to hide 10 years or something like this. Nine of Pentacles. See, because what I'm getting with some of these supernatural things is we're not going to go too deep in this at all. But these people think that they own the people, or they can sire them, or they kill them and then they belong to them, or something like this. Like somebody could have left me or you in charge of a house. This could be the house I'm living in. Like, I mean, it could be the house you're living in, but it also could be this county. All right. But they gave it off to, it's almost like they put this Nine of Pentacles in charge. There's the Fool card. Say whoever this Empress is tied to a Hierophant, but they put this Nine of Pentacles in front of this Hierophant. Like, yeah, you like that one, don't you? Like, this person must resemble me or something like this. And somebody bit the hook. There's so many fish in the sea. They jumping everywhere. Somebody has been able to do something in the past 10 years, and while something was in reverse, like slew or kill a lot of people and then claim them or number them. But it's like you don't get to keep them. They wasn't yours or something like this to take. So somebody think that they're mad because they're like, damn, I shouldn't have put that Nine of Pentacles in charge or something. They could have even gave them something of yours or mine to enhance this person. Come here, and a lot of these girls got enhancements from these dudes, or they got new bodies, or they got new something, or whatever like this. Like these is people that was like, yeah, like meeting people at secret spots and plotting and planning. Whatever they trying to do with my energy, because this is Empress energy, mm, it's nothing about my will or my free will. It's almost like I gotta spot it, stop it, order them killed. Like, but you had to be careful here because, somebody just used to sell somebody low or like let people in cheap. I told you, I feel like some of these children or these family members are getting paid for allowing people to come into your house at night. They could be either touching you, looking at you, I don't know, doing something to you or me. All right. And again, somebody might end up going to jail. There's a younger person here. But it's like tread lightly through whatever this is. But I'm just, the Empress don't know how to do that. The Mad Bull don't know how to do that. You know, the bull that ain't doing something, that can't be moved, they're not doing that. Yeah, this could also be a man figuring out that, again, these children, they could have been holding these people in high esteem. I mean, esteem, but they finding out that these is not their children. You know, maybe they could have been convinced by this, their beauty, or something like this, or um, there's something about somebody's DNA that was found out. So say that my sister was not the real person in the family, but I may not be either. But I'm God's daughter, and somebody get too close to fucking around and something. There could also be a situation where somebody's trying to get rid of this child and they're not going to claim me as a child or a child of mine as theirs. I don't know. It's something that so somebody can enable something with science here. But this is like a 20-year-old prophecy, y'all. And we came here to make sure something, there's something older. There's an energy, a feminine energy here that's in me, attached to me. We share DNA that something happened to over the course of time, lots of times in this area here. So somebody could be trying to put a sun on the Empress. Is I think back there we got BET. Okay, I was hearing Billie Jean is not my son. Wait, not my lover. She's just a girl that says that I'm the one. This could also be a serial like sexual assault person. There's a lot of people like I'm getting. It's close to midnight. It's something like at my door. This could also be. It's giving me especially coming up after midnight. It ain't right. Beyonce, two of the best so-called dancers, you know, of the past 30, 40 years genre or whatever. Um, yeah, and then we got this rock energy, rock paper scissors. Okay, somebody's name could be Rock. The person is not the son of somebody. I mean, they could have thought this could even be like a group, like how you know the Collins had their group, and then there was those other people, and then you had the loners, or you had Victoria and her two boys that was hanging around with her, Laurent or whatever, and the other one that took Bella all the way to that studio or whatever. All right, but for somebody, it could have been a courthouse. A courthouse could be significant. Then I was thinking about that energy of like all of your sweet talk, baby this, baby that, but your lies ain't working now. I don't know. We got this person hovering over this other person's power here. And then you have this hangman energy in before. There's something. Hold on. Remember, oh, American Horror Story, when all the serial killers was meeting up on the coast or whatever. Some group of people, some group of people, it's like they claiming like, oh, your glory days. It's like, motherfucker, I've been doing the same, you know, my mindset, or there's a elevated something with my mental, but I'm not doing nothing that much different than when I used to be doing or nothing like this, you know? Um, it's like somebody trying to make you think like, yeah, you was a witch back in the day, or you was a serial killer or something. And I was thinking, if somebody's like, oh, now you're one of us or something, because somebody could have had a person hidden, or like one of my clones hidden, or I woke up thinking about a girl named like Isabel or whatever. People like, oh, you got to do it like this, you got to do it. But again, if these was people that woke up and had this kind of gift, and then they thought, hey, I'm gonna try to solve something, I'm gonna do this. They saying what I'm doing is stupid. But I'm hearing the reason why every single one of them got killed is because they trusted officials, or they trusted, or they didn't just verbally, in a public communicate. But that also has somebody trying to like make me invisible online, because some people wanted you to just wake up and thought you was going to, like, as a Christ or Jesus or an energy like this, you're going to wake up and just say, yeah, this person, here's all the evidence. 9 times out of 10, I already told you about these people. I told you who the murderers is. I told you this. I told you that. Now, if people want to give these people immunity or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Don't got nothing to do with me. But it's like nobody was listening on purpose. There could also be people that's getting little clues about stuff and then going and, taking it somewhere, turning it in, and try to get people caught for old cases or something like this. But they might be finding that, like, the whole system is corrupt when it comes to law officials and what we all value so much here in America, like the police to a certain extent. It didn't been spoke like, oh, the police don't care about us. Okay, well, we'll show you what that looked like. You understand? It's something that has been manifested. Okay. It's the foreign element here at play that have something to do with it. In the back in the day, they could have been doing the same thing, but on a tiny scale. Like they was cared for. They only did one of these killings every whatever years, or. But no, something is rampant here, because the people that you run into, the doctors, all these people, a lot of this, not even, let's not even race bait, but you get what I'm saying. The people that's tending to the people ain't the people, but I feel like they take care of theirs. So this is like somebody that you go to a doctor, they're from Africa, they can't stand black people. You like, oh, I got a black doctor, I'm so happy. But for 10 years you had breast cancer and somebody never told you, or you had mm, lung disease. But I don't think that, okay, I think that somebody don't get these things. I think that a scientist could be doing something to create lung cancer in people that are immune to. Immunity also comes with the fact of being immune to diseases, is what I'm hearing, depending on how high you go up or how balanced you are. These is what your money cannot change. So it's almost like once these people get to working that play with each other, oh, you did that to my little girl. At first, like when you think about the angels that came down to try to mate with the people, at first they didn't have these little bargaining chips, or they didn't have these little things, these little feelings. Think about all the times when the colonizers was coming in and running up on the Indians or something like this. There was no regard. They just seen everything the same. No matter how dark or light the Indian was. If they was coming in there to do a slaughter, same thing with the Indians. They wasn't thinking about nothing. They was going into the camp and doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Killing everything. You could be the bargaining chip. Then somebody pick you up. They knew better, or they thought they knew better, or something like this. And then you was the first one that was a bargaining chip. No, this is off limits. And now somebody see that you about to stand up and take your power, and they like, okay, maybe it's not off limits, and all they got to do is walk away and let all these people eat you alive. But it's something, I don't know, it's something that they're missing, or all they got to do is say, yeah, this ain't my son no more, I'm denying my son, that boom boom. He won't dress up, whether it's a girl or a boy, or a masculine energy that's a girl or a boy. They want to break the masculine energy out of you and have you either be a girl and dress up all the time, like every day get dressed up like a princess, or be a boy and dress up like a princess. And I don't know, it's something strange like that, okay? But this is not this. You see what I'm saying? I'm just an information tablet or something, really. This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. But I feel like somebody showed their hand, because these little girls and stuff like this that want the favor of whatever this entity is or something like this, they see something different. They're like the problem, because now the bargaining chips, you think about this, is these people or their family members, or now these angels. They don't have to only worry about God's child. They created something here, they like it. They will steal from God's child to give it to them, it whatever it is, whether this is like somebody birthed a bunch of serial killers, somebody birthed a bunch of werewolves, somebody birthed a bunch of something. And then again, we think about, well, damn, is this when God be like, oh, I'm so mad that I put everybody on the earth or whatever? But I'm not gonna sit there and let nobody play with my life. That if God is in me, I'm gonna say, oh no. You know what I'm saying? What? That's what you trying to do? Okay, then wipe them out. Like, I don't know what to say, because you know the bare minimum was me having a so-called family, or a fake family, or whatever this is that they tried to play around me. It was another mistake. It's just another mistake that they made. So we think, because whenever somebody's doing something, God always have a hand to try to make it turn around, not fatal or something like this. And plus, okay, so we have this Virgo in reverse, 40 to 50 years old. Somebody could be trying to say, okay, I'm about to start, okay, I'm gonna start shutting down shop, or I'm gonna start getting these people in trouble for the crimes that they was doing over time. And it's like, it's not quick enough. Like something, I don't know, because somebody had somebody wrapped around their finger. You don't want this person wrapped around your finger. You just bring an order. So, like I said, now these people like, oh, we all have to worship the queen, and then they start having, um, demon babies, or Nephilim. I mean, mixed race babies, or human. I mean, earth and air children, or something like this. And then they don't give a fuck about, but that's okay. But will you steal from this person and rise up above this person? No, no, no. Now, somebody wants you to think something like your grandfather or your father was doing this, and they was doing this and that. But I don't know, y'all. Because what I was thinking was that they're trying to make it a black or white thing, but there could be a Caucasian man or somebody that's coming off like this. All right? This person got a mask behind their face too, though. Somebody's in jail, or these are people that be like, oh, I'll do the bid for mine. I do the bid for mine or something. But I don't know. It's like your favorite, one of your cousins is trying to take your spot, and that's the apple of the eye of this man, this earthly man. Now, when you was little, you used to be, and then God took this person as the empress, and then that became the apple of God's eye. But they're trying to confuse the two. See, but there's a grandfather or a father or an uncle or a man around you that always chose other people, because he didn't like the fact that God looked at somebody. So said, okay, well, I'll just do like this for other people. It's something like that. Or they left you behind all the time, and now they want to come. I'm getting the Hubble effect, or Hubble. Um, 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 mm-hmm. And the power that somebody have, whoever this is trying to hide behind this person. But I just noticed that that silver mask is hiding behind this person. Somebody is the mass murderer, or somebody did something to somebody, like in a different state, or they used a cousin that they, a off the grid cousin or something like this, or raised off the grid, to come after the special child. Like you got to be special. With like, don't touch this person for a long time. It's almost like the lady keeping Hansel and Gretel, keeping them fat and fed, keeping Hansel and Gretel or Adam and Eve in a good relationship that was, feasible. It wasn't the best. It could be a lot of things that they lacked, but just to get them fat and rich, and then I could think she had candy on her house, and then lure people in with the candy house, with all the candy coated raindrops all over the house, and then they get inside of there and they hungry, they need food. She gonna lock them up, make them fat in the house full of, with the house covered with candy. So somebody's using something as a cover. There's also people that you may have been the abundant one, but they took your riches and then they treated you like Richard Pryor in the toy. Because you see Richard Pryor, this looked like Richard Pryor to me. Okay, I think I got a picture that I look a little bit like this person, and then there's somebody else here too. Um, and I remember sitting up trying to sneak and watch that because his mouth was so. When I get when I let loose and I'm hanging with my friends and I'm being, not funny like a clown or nothing, but when I'm just chilling and I'm just free and I'm just, we in the thing of and we can't call it entertainment, but when I'm in that social group setting, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. So I'm not doing it on purpose or nothing. It's just naturally me, you know. And because I spent so much time at home with children and stuff, I didn't get to be that version of me all the time. I left that alone. I left it kind of, it's like I kind of left that alone or left that behind after I started having children. And I had to, you know, kind of tone it down, or, when I realized, mm, I make my other, what, let's be careful. I make him laugh. I make him laugh. I used to make him laugh a lot. I hadn't heard him laugh from me in a long time, and I think he laughed the other day. So, you know, um, I don't know if these people are taking these people and then getting them into submission and then saying, "I go home and control that, that other person of yours," or something like this before problems is occurring. I got caught off track, y'all. I'm thinking too many things at one time. It's like popcorn popping in my brain. Um, hmm. Because you could have been sharing a man with another man that's powerful over them. Like somebody got ashamed here, and it may not even be because we had ashamed over here. I don't think it has anything to do with well, mm, I guess in a mathematical, or like I told y'all about mathematics, somebody could have always said, no, numbers never lie, numbers are always numbers, numbers, numbers. But then remember, we were talking about there's another element that people don't talk about when it comes to mathematicians or mathematics, and the people that might not be good don't like numbers, they struggle with numbers or something. It's like the alchemical, or the another version of the, it's like the other half of mathematics. Now, you or I could have broke a code or figured out some kind of something here, okay? And they're like, "How the fuck did you do that? I'm so much better at math than you. You can't even. If I actually was 75 times 42, it's gonna take me a minute. I might need to get a piece of paper, but this person may just be able to say, oh, it's da 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 da." You see what I'm saying? There's some other kind of way of how somebody's mind works here, and I or you could have said something, and this made people start looking at something differently. Like these are people that will sit there and watch a so-called black woman, right? No matter if she got these rankings or not, they're not gonna give them to you up front. You got to damn near survive or claw your way out of the system by the time they try to run you down because of this. Now, they will sit there and watch us be great or siphon and hook up shit and create a whole military worth of shit to watch us, stalk us. We ain't got nothing going on. They're gonna probe even harder. They're gonna find something. They're not gonna give you for the credit for it, and then they're gonna move on and put somebody else's face. They're gonna write it in. There's like people waiting to be like, you said that I can have that legacy, and then they say, oh, okay, Jackie Brown was the first person to fly an airplane, when it was really, Namke or some. I'm thinking of because these are these Indian names or in this book, you know, or who gives like the brightest something. Somebody creates the seed that they do this with, and they are actually the one. Like when God is saying there is no other author, or there is no other God, or there is no other this than me, or there is no other word than the word of God. There is no other word. And they was listening to this moon energy saying, oh no, there are other ways. Somebody could have also did something with this moon energy, because I was thinking about how much Phoenix Moon looked like Natalie Nunn, and how much they got like the facial shape of how they have the facial shape or construct of my in-laws. Okay. um I was just thinking about that. Even the Stackhouse girl, it's something about a breed here, a breed that want to take over or be in control, or they use their smarts or their general knowledge. They're very good in general knowledge. No, these birds eat. They usually eat, crocodile berries and this and that. No peacocks or the these could be bird watchers and shit like this. Okay. Um, the only you cannot appease to these people, because the only reason why they like you is for something that they could get out you for the time being. Nobody, like, I don't know what to tell y'all, but that's just the energy that I'm picking up on. That could be just with me, it could be just with a group of people, it could just be with you, but I'm just telling you, so you cannot rely on they build relationships off of them liking you or you liking them, but you cannot rely on the relationships based on this with these entities or these people or these things. You just cannot. I'm sorry. You could have a 30-year run, a 50-year run, 1,000-year run, 100-year run. The time expires. There could also be a whole bunch of discombobulation because of the fact that, you know, um, you're the only one left over from somebody that did a home invasion and killed the whole family, and you ended up surviving. You know, um, it was something about you, and then the person's like, "Damn, I should have killed that person 100 years ago. I should have killed that person 10 years ago. Why did I do this? Oh, well, let me take back the last 10 years, or da da da." Like somebody is like, I don't know what this is, man. And it's just like, on one of those movies, like maybe Elements or something. It's like, come on, leave it alone, man. It'll never work. How some people, or the movie Home or something, usually somebody get into it with their, you know, um, the co-person. Venom, they get into it. You know, that'd be like this dude carried venom around his whole life and he didn't know what it was, but one time when he got 36, it jumped out, and then he had to get to know the thing. He get to go get to know what he dealing with or was dealing with him. You know what I'm saying? um Somebody is acting as if you, I don't like this person or what they're doing, because they're acting as though you was with venom and you've been using venom all these years, and that venom is this and that, and you're like, no, the fuck I don't. I never, and it's not even to the point where it's like, oh, because in the Bible it talks about these people that they don't see wicked in some kind of way, and so this gives them some type of it keeps them innocent or something. So what these people think is smart to do is try to sneak you out of town or something and show you the ropes and show you something scary or something like this, and count that as you seeing something, graphic, and now you can't have those pure eyes to go to heaven. Like, girl, somebody, because they want you to fall so they can eat you alive, but they don't want you down there, but they don't want you to excel and go higher either. Something like this. All right. And it could stem from people, you know, being told don't say nothing. You better not say nothing. Could you imagine, y'all, if you moved to a town or something, you a young kid or something like this, and then something happened to you at school with like a teacher or a security guard or something like this, and then you thinking it's okay or this person is friendly. It may not even be nothing inappropriate at the time, but he's able to show you something. Imagine this a huge old school with corridors and everything like this, and the teacher tell you to go get the paper roll out the utility closet, and you end up stumbling and going down some stairs or something like this. Nobody goes there. Nobody goes down there. And then you end up, seeing Mr. You know, how like a Nancy Drew show or something will go, and you see Mr. Birkenhoff down there, stuffing a bag that looked like it's something strange inside of a inside of the boiler room in the corner where nobody goes, and now, you know, you bump into something, he turns out, who's there? And it's like, oh, and he see the piece of your dress go around the corner and be like, yeah, Cindy Lou had that dress on earlier, some shit like this. And then he started looking at you, giving you piercing eyes and stuff. Like, I wonder, I don't want to say nothing, because then my thing, I'm about to be caught if I see something. But I'm gonna try to act like, or I'm gonna say like, because this could be a situation like some kind of thing where lovers end up sneaking off to the side. No, this shit wasn't nothing I was doing. I seen too much Jason. My dad used to watch shit like that when I seen too much Jason, and I just correlated with Jason with, if you go to sneaky places. Me and my boyfriend had one sneaky place around the corner, but I don't really like sneaky places, bitch. I watch too much Jason. But it's something like this, okay? And then the man come looking for you, and then you and him giving funny eyes to each other. You trying to act normal and everything, so because you don't want him to know that you seen that. Somebody could be in a situation like that, and then the person does something to you or say, why you don't come in my office no more, like before you knew that this person was trying to get you comfortable. You know how like a person that's trying to groom someone, they let you get with the flow. They let you shoulder brush with something, or they'll let you experience something or feel something or see something or something, you know an accidental brushing up against a sensitive part of the body or something like this, like grooming. Going through town getting signs and symbols, even if these are some of these people that like to play with people's minds. But anyway, the way that they carrying it is, you gotta be real careful, and you gotta be abrupt to stop, because at any second the person then try to tangle that web. They laying out that cord trying to show you the way, but by the time you get down to the end of the thing, you realize the cord wrapped around you, and this could be something we dealing with here. Hold on, I said something we dealing with. Hold on, 1 second. Or this is random. Or this is like people that get sought caught up in strange situationships with children. You know what I'm saying? Also, women that get these men tricked up in these little sex sescapades or sexcapades, escapade or sexcapades, and then they end up realizing that they gave away their whole um, company or something like this, and they also um, and now they gonna be after trying to do something to their spouse or leaving their spouse out of something that they should have let them know about, like a large amount of money. Oh, somebody told me they could help us get it. Well, you should have told me that. You should have just trusted this person. What happened when they took you to process and you got it, and you never told your other half, and then the motherfucker kill you, and then what then? And then there's somebody that just might take your ass to Red Lobster or buy you a new drill every day and sit it on your porch or something like this, to like a little bitch, and they want your wife that you love so much they couldn't take you away from, but they kind of did, took you in another realm and everything. You know, this could be why Virgo is in reverse here. Okay, somebody could be being seen as mentally ill here. But it's like somebody breaking down an old system and then trying to plug somebody else into the system. But it's like it's too late. They rejected. Let's say I'm the second system that should have been plugged in already. It's too late because you already denied something and it's too late. You know, I'm just rambling right now, y'all. I just woke up. I'm just sitting here actually. I'm trying to wait until he leave so I can get in the shower. Because I always keep on falling. I was like, oh, let me sit here just for 1 second. I'm going to just not listen to nothing or whatever like this. And then I'm going to go get in there. And I just fell asleep. This also for somebody that keep on trying to say, you look at you, you disgust me. I'm about my money or whatever. I'm going to deal with, they're trying to make something clean, like clean people or clean girls or something like this. You can go do whatever the fuck you want to do, but you ain't go. What Once I realized I could have been being pimped out energetically all my life, but once I figure out, nigga, I ain't got too much debt. I got too much dignity to think that you gonna fucking play with me like that. So you might well try to kill me now or some shit. I don't know what you been doing because and it ain't been working, have it? So you might well leave me the fuck alone and hand my shit over. Cause it just, somebody keep trying to act like, oh, they showing me all these things with these men, like I'm the alpha. Okay, be the alpha. Listen, be the alpha. Whatever you thought, what you motherfuckers been talking about, what you kept me out of all this time. You just can't be it over here with me. Cause the alpha and omega I look at is motherfucking in the Bible, and that's not what you talking about right there. Because that would be me. That can't be you and me. That would have to be me. It can't be you. You could dance around, change your style, change your presence, change the way you walk, change the way you talk. Talk about how I could just punch you, take my clones to other countries. You can't. Matter of fact, but people try, or they do. Okay, um, but it just ain't gonna change. The element here with this. So I just heard the old ones. The old ones could be doing something, okay, but the old ones could have really fucked with you like that because the old ones, you know, yeah, okay, the old ones, yeah. Can I get a refill? Something about this Diablo energy here. This is not. This can make people do mysterious things or give them temporary power. Okay, that they drink from that well. But you see how in that devil card in this deck, the stomach is always hungry with his mouth open, same way this person's face is. Or the little head tell the big head to do something. It's a movie like that where somebody had their face and then it was another part in their body that had like a face and a mouth and it was telling it to do something like kill people or something. Something like this. Or you know how men will say, yeah, my big head told me to do, my little head did want to do something else. You know, something like that. So with this Diablo energy, it can do something, but with this other energy, that could be why whatever this is trying to get to children at a young age, so God can't get the credit. But you ain't even the creator yourself. Whatever you creating yourself with, you still use some origins of God. Like we so far into something of these people being so jealous and envious and using like shutting down science for regular shit just to use it on how to create something to destroy God. Like these people it's a detrimental situation. Yeah, Holocaust energy. Now it's my turn or your turn or something like this here. Yeah, look, I didn't even see that. The town beauty energy. Now somebody else could be the town beauty in this town. You could have been a town beauty when you in the town beauty hall of fame. Maybe you wasn't in the town, but you should have been. But somebody didn't want to give you the credit because they were sexually harassing you, or they were being prejudiced, or they were being um, sexually abusive. I think in this show, they was claiming that the witches, the Caucasian witches, yeah, you go through there and you da 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 da, and you go test them girls, you do this, but you always leave the little black ones behind. Now, again, there could be something about people saying that somebody with the last name Black, or this is like a dark energy of like a Saint Germain, or this is like these people, I just feel like they want to be seen, but we're not seeing them. We're seeing the situation, because you would have to assess the situation if you're gonna be somebody that's gonna be a savior. But I'm not gonna be no savior. But I can, I we, I like, I need to know certain shit. And that's just it. I was supposed to know it. It's already supposed to be imprinted on me or something like this. So it's like these are gaps that I have to fill to put myself back together again. Do you understand? As whatever I am. Somebody could be a mathematician in another form or in another way here. Or you could come from people that's that. All right. Um, Trying to just think still some more about what I was just talking about because I think I'm talking too fast. I think I'm talking too fast. Somebody don't want to give you props. So you could have been, but they didn't already went back in your town log in the papers in the underworld and changed that it wasn't you, or again, you was a town beauty, but at some point in time you was a developer of something. All right. At one point in time you was a planner and a developer. At some point in time you was a beauty, and then now again we have some kind of holocaust, or this could be a survivor of a holocaust, or your name getting written on something, but you don't want that on there. I don't know. This is about being undetected, or it's like a bunch of people that are immortal or they're vampires. They don't like to be written about because they want to keep coming back over and over again. They don't want nobody to what like we be doing with pictures and shit online, putting it up, talking about, ooh, look, this look like just like Jay-Z back from 1905 in this picture, and blah 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 blah. You get what I'm saying? These people think that you being mad about whatever this is, or you can't be a part of something. You saying that, look, I gotta you thinking that my survival and me having a foundation for me, or maybe figuring out there's groups of people like me and I want to support those people like me. When you finally get to that point and realize that your vibe match your tribe, and again, many tribes have been pulling on your energy and they can't give you the respect to let you obtain what's yours and get a foundation. This is like the most, at one point, not a threat person because they wasn't plugged into their gifts, or this is the person that was like everybody got a little help from at some point in time or something, and you don't want to have a common decency. Okay, well then, I don't know what you're gonna do with a group of people that don't have at least that. So, somebody is saying something about, asking or begging or something like this, you know, taking, but again, they don't realize that you can't see them. And so what, or God said to ignore them or don't fight with them at least. And so you just addressing situations and clearing things up. You're not even, I think somebody get pissed off about that because you're not even, what do you mean? Imagine they hid some of these people on the backs of entertainers and stuff like this. And they used to, everybody know who I am. Bitch, why you trying to act like you don't know who I am? And it's like, somebody's bothered here. But it's not your fault. Imagine it not being your fault. And I'm not even gonna sit here and say, but it's not my fault. Please don't be upset with me. It is what the fuck it is. Like I don't, you know, I don't understand. So, or understand anything, to be honest with you. Just like Jesus said, I don't know them. It's almost like that's, oh, I was nothing to them. Okay, well then they nothing to me. Oh, it's 20 years later. You ain't gonna be forgiven. Then they're nothing to me because there's a lot of work and there's 30 years of time that I did not get to clean or pluck out thorns or something. No wonder why, you know, every time I put this sweater on, something is sticking me in my back. Because all this time, nobody told me when I was walking down that field, thistles and thorns was getting in it or something. So do you think I care about what you saying at that point in time? Little something, something, little. Yeah, now it's something. Don't go chasing waterfalls. This could also be water falls, like mommy water. Um, I told you somebody is connected to these. Are like two old. They could look my age, but they older than that. And somebody trying to put this. They a lot of people tried to prove that this other person here, which could be the developer of imprisoning people for their energy, to get them enlightenment, and then for this developer to steal the enlightenment. And many people have tried to, like, this the only person that know how to. It was the end of the world, and it's the only person that know how to administer a wicked man's medicine. They blindfolded everybody else. Nobody else can help. He gonna want to try to. He can't do it himself. Look at his hands behind his back. So that's somebody that they need to have, or they been convinced or tricked that that's what they. But this is what's keeping you poison, fool. Somebody tricked you. So somebody could be holding on to one resource. This could be a person, place, or thing. But then they think that they're gonna dig their heels in you and make you promise. Well, I got rid of my old maid. What you mean you leaving today? I had that maid for 30 some years. I got rid of it. And now you're telling me that you're not gonna stay. Somebody is not the big bad wolf like some people think that they is. I don't know who this is. It's like only this could be somebody that like to expose or exploit people or something. And guess what? It's somebody else's turn. Because this is somebody that's okay with taking less than. They get a new girl. This person feed them for like 7 years in a contract. This girl, this somebody that jump house to house or something like this. You know, somebody sitting around just playing a video game all day. But with other women, they could just sit right in their face, eat up their food, bring other bitches over, do this, that, stay at home, never get a job, don't got a job or something. But in your case, somebody is pretending like they still going to work. They going sitting up another bitch house doing all those fun things, and they cooking for them, and they sitting there, and they say, oh, can I order this thing? And like a big old kid, and then lure them this way, and then they bring in that energy. But there's no residue here. There's no real. You haven't caught this motherfucker yet. You ain't seen somebody doing something. So these girls want to say, "Oh, you just like us. You had a man that was doing that, 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 that." It's like, no, bitch, because you had that shit going wrong right in front of your face. Somebody got to create a whole nother Arcadia dimension to fuck around with me, like I said from the beginning. Okay, so something is different here, and it really don't matter. I'm not trying to. I don't care. 9 times out of 10, there's nothing wrong with you that you let somebody play you. This is stemming from people that can't let go of something they got. Have the person that's trying to get the Smurfs Gargamel. He's so pissed every time. I thought for sure I put that hole in that thing. I put it right here. I tied that thing to it, and the damn Smurfs just still. I can't stand these. You see what I'm saying? Somebody want you to be running on a rampage like this, or like the dude from Disney's Menace or something like this, or even Tom Healy or whatever his name was from Problem Child. At first he was this nice, and then he got pissed off and he snapped on him. Then he seen, this is I took him in. He a bad child. Let me go ahead and try to change this around or something. And then and then he got back, kind of just okay. I know I'm dealing with a problem child. Let me calm down. But he did like snap out real quick. I think on one of the movies. Okay, I'm telling you, somebody's trying to go back in your database or your memories, and they're trying to watch all the movies you watch. They're trying to listen to everything. They're trying to recreate the same friends you had, because there's something about you that somebody wants to relive or rehash your whole fucking existence without you being included with it. It's like I sat along in your energy all these times and seen you get this life or have this aura around you that you can't see. This time, I want the whole aura. I want the whole body. I want everything. You're not going to exist. I want everything you got. You're not gonna exist. And it's like, dude, is anybody? So was anybody recording all this? Because this nigga can't be God, or this bitch can't be God. That's trying this. You look at me and say, "Oh, you ain't got no money," or "Oh, you ain't even killed nobody yet," or something. "Oh, you can't be God." And I look at a motherfucker that's doing all this as you can't be. So I don't have to prove to you that I am. I'm just telling you that you can't be a motherfucker operating on that level. That's all. Yeah, somebody could just be basic. This is somebody that been stuck on the planet just thinking, can I get somebody to be elevated a little bit to have conversations with? You know, but I don't really want to talk about nothing too deep. We're going to stay right here. You see? This could be also somebody trying to build a relationship or a repertoire with you this way, acting like they done subdued you or something like this, the beast. Girl, mind games. Something is going on here. Yeah, yeah. So whoever this is could have went through psychic wounding, excuse me, in jail or in a facility. Somebody like Blueface or something. I seen him getting his hair cut by another dude in there and stuff. Somebody was doing more than that um, here. Or if that's not Blueface, that's just what y'all showing us in the public eye. But it's really like me or my boyfriend or somebody else that's connected to whatever this is that could be connected to us. Somebody could be mad about me showing these body parts, but all in good due time. Something is happening right here, no matter what these people say. These are the old ones that was connected to this thing, that was connected to this dad or whatever like this, and something is dying out over there with y'all, and you don't want to admit it because you want to be greedy and you didn't want to have me have anything, and you told this man to keep the body with the soul, or the person that could have taught me something about the different realms as I moved through this journey, and I went through this journey, and I was supposed to meet with these people, and it wouldn't have been surprising to me. I wouldn't have been going. I would have trusted the process. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, these people about to pay for that. We got fanatical and we got Spencer or spinster. Okay. Because somebody's trying to say, like, well, my son, something, and yeah, your son is the little knave of wands. Your son is the touch from the ace of wands here. Okay. The juice came from this ace of wands, which is a feminine energy having something to do with your son. Your son didn't have this before he, this Dom energy or this Dominique energy, they didn't. Again, this kind of who this remind me of too. They had an encounter with someone with these chakras here. That is this um, wheel of fortune energy, and this person got covered, or this is somebody is the one that was chosen as a young age, as it talks about in the Bible where it was a temple, and it said, yeah, she does. It was, I think it was, or it was in the writings about somebody having a temple down in Memphis or something like this. But it may not be the actual state of Memphis, but you get what I'm saying? A temple that was protected. You see? Even if I was little and men brought their boys and have them touch my garment to get anointed, those are not their dads anymore. Those are not your fucking families anymore, dude. They're supposed to be in the army of the Lord. Somebody thought that they was being slick here. They thought that they would be able to say, oh, we're going to have it my way, but this person was still having karmic ties. And now they're under pressure, or somebody else is, and somebody else don't miss you. Closing the cycle. Somebody else don't miss you. But remember, in your reality or the dealings that you have with these people in this realm where you can associate with them and you could go back and forth with them, they didn't treat you that kind, or you was just somebody that was just around. But in the back end, they was fucking with you heavy, okay? But they didn't want you to know that. Somebody, and this is the only reason why, because they want you to say, no, in this group, we do it like this. You're not supposed to say stuff like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not in the group. I'm outside the group. No, we tried to put you in. Well, obviously, I can't go in groups like that. I don't see it the same. I'll never comply to it because my brain don't work like that as a follower. So I don't know. I would love to. These is people that's like, you think you better than us? I would love to have been curious enough to go down that corridor and check it out if I seen a couple of you niggas in there. But at the same time, something is stopping that. Why are you mad? Because if I could go through the whole thing, you never know. I might get keys to everything and be able to come back for your ass. But why are you fucking up my footwork on the way? You understand? It's something like, because somebody, they're used to whatever little miracles they do for people during this route that you might be better off not accepting from this person. Is to bind you. And the more somebody keep trying to do something to me, the more these people are going to see something about you. Somebody got the gift of gab or something in another way here. So closing the cycle, unblocked, and somebody's under pressure because again, some spell work. Somebody named Love could be doing the spell work. Somebody might wear hoodies like this. Somebody could be seeing the difference between spell work or what somebody act like and strong and vivacious and something like this with makeup on, but do you still look at your face in the mirror like that when you don't got makeup on? Somebody seeing a difference between self-love or something like this and a love spell that they could be under. The person that don't like themselves unless they look a certain way or got a certain shit on. That, you see what I'm saying? It's something like this here. Cause a lot of men will, yeah, what you look like when you don't got that shit on your head though. Take off that wig right now on camera. And why the fuck would I do that? I put it on so when I come over here on camera, I can look real good because I'm about to be displaying myself in front of a lot of people online or on the air, and I want to look good when I'm doing. I don't want something to me looking crazy going across the screen all day. If somebody invite me to their show and I show up looking busted or without a makeup artist and stuff like that, what the fuck would I want to do that for? This is still my image or brand or something like this. Why would I do that? Why would I prefer to do that? Don't you want to just be yourself? Yeah, bitch, but not on the Oprah show. I thought she had people back there to take care of you real good. Get you dressed with a nice outfit before you get out there. This ain't Jerry Springer. Now on Jerry Springer, you could probably expect something else in the green room or when you get taken care of. But no, I don't want to look like that on Oprah. The way I look when I get up in the morning, my hair sticking up everywhere. No, I don't want to look like that. I'm sorry that you thought that you needed to go that far to find out what I do look like in the morning so that you or other men wouldn't want me when some of these men don't even want women in the first place. Or so you could brag about how better I go with a man and he take better care of himself. Oh, that's good for you. Men usually have a lot more energy than women that been running up after the kids and doing everything all they own and all that shit like that. When it comes to the drain, because you could have been raising some draining ass kids, meaning literally, they were placed around you to drain you, your essence, or something like this. Not like you was in, a 1940s and 50 mom up in there picking up the clothes. Oh, Tommy, I told you to pick these clothes up 100 times in these shoes. And then by the time the kid come home, she done cleaned up the kid's room, the bathroom, the living room, all this other stuff, washed all the dishes and everything, folded everything up, got their lunch pack for the night. I would never know perfect mom like that. But by the time you walked out the door, everybody had a lunch. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know? It might not have been like that, like, oh, here you go. I made you a peanut butter jelly sandwich and then it'll be a surprise. Take this shit and going on. That's why I used to like that show American Mom. I think it was called American Mom. I was watching that for a little bit. It's kind of snarky, sarcastic, things like that. I forgot what happened to it. It ain't in my feed no more. That's why, because sometimes shit got to come up my feed, or I just will forget about it. Or maybe I don't have this thing anymore. I don't think I have like Hulu and all that stuff. I used to have Netflix and all that. Anyways, we're just talking, y'all. Okay. So everybody's so worried about somebody giving away something for free, and your wives and your daughters are sitting there being pimped out energetically for free. I heard somebody say, "Not mine." Yeah, it's just happening like I told y'all in the beginning. If you go back to the videos, it's just happening to your children on a level where they let you get a little bit of leverage. It's happening to your children on a level that you don't know about yet. Nature takes its course. When nature takes its course, it's almost like when a woman's fed up and you already locked in. You didn't have to do nothing special. Just like you didn't give these people a chance, it's already locked in. So, mm, hmm, a distant relationship with somebody in Mexico. They can be in prison in Mexico. And then we got drowning, unrequited love. Somebody could have been in a relationship with somebody in a different body. They wanted somebody from you, and then they got them, and they realized, I could do it bad all by myself. There's a fall of a civilization through this green man with this hangman in reverse again, and this woman ain't is looking, but she looking back a little bit. Look, like she got a little bolt in her arm. She's got like a bolt in her arm, or he, right? Somebody could also be like going to a whole bunch of somebody could be going to a whole bunch of other like people to like say wise things, but they're looking at your channel and taking these messages, and they're hiding the fact that it's coming from you or me. We got this blue house seeping in over here on this purple house. See that blue mountain, this blue uh pyramid? somebody can't see or they ain't even trying to hear what this motherfucker is saying. They looking at what they building over here. So somebody must have this look at chipped off at the top, pieces is falling off. She ain't even looking at what this person doing. Somebody's building this over here. Now this could be again somebody who's taking your, it's a corrupt lover is taking some you like I'm building this, but somebody ain't. You ain't hearing what I'm saying. I'm building this, but there's another feminine energy here that is claiming that they are. See, because even with these fish, these fish is kind of blue. They trying to leave this shit and run over here to this, whatever this is. But I feel like this woman that's here, she is the one with the basket. She the one been tending to and taking care of building this. But it's all these bubbles. The bubbles, Michael Jackson monkey was called this. But these could be people that is disguising themselves, you know, some kind of way. Also, I'm getting something like I don't know how many pets. Like somebody like a rich person got pets. Like Michael Jackson had Bubbles. He had a couple other animals. You could be like somebody. It's almost like somebody. Duality. A person in the family that people treat like a monkey. Really, somebody got this person hidden away. But in actuality, the monkey Bubbles represents the person, but this is what somebody used in the public eye. The Spencer greed. I'm telling you. Hold on, let's see.